What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of Alternate Heads, the Toy Podcast. We are back for another bi-weekly show of our love of action figures and all things plastic, articulated, and nicely painted and whatnot. I am Jason the X. The guys over there, we've got Near, who's looking at his phone. He's looking at his phone or something.
Wasn't.
No, yes, you were.
I was asleep.
And Bryce is right over there. Welcome back, buddy.
Thanks. Thanks for putting me in the show again. I'm glad. I'm indebted to you.
Back in the show.
We just have to. It's always nerve wracking when contract renewals come up because you never know if he's going to be like, "Okay, you're out."
Already,
right?
I'm loving the Lost in Space.
Oh, I forgot to.
You forgot to do something?
Activate his ability to
oh my God!
interact.
Okay, there you go. I'm trying to get it.
Good. Okay. All right.
That actually.
The function of an environmental control robot is to supply all data pertinent to this particular field.
When was this released?
Now you know. I believe it was released 15 years ago.
And it's still working?
No, that's wrong. I apologize. I'm thinking of a different toy line. This was released approximately 9
Okay,
years
because I was
ago.
like, that speaker sound is really good.
Yeah. So I have a.
Programming data insufficient.
Like the LEDs and sound are really
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it also depends on like when you got it and who took care of it. Like Bryce is going to take care of his stuff. Well,
Yeah.
any toy that I have, from
which is why I was curious how old it was.
yeah, like any toy I have that's 15 years old, I can tell you that it's not holding up too well.
Yeah, this one's had a prime position in the collection. It's rarely been moved, touched, and but it does have some fantastic ability to reach out and grab you.
He's holding out on us.
This thing is.
Does it move?
Sweet. It does when you give it a little assist in the back or the
Never
front.
mind.
Yeah.
I thought it was motorized. But...
Sorry, not this one.
Okay. So
Not-
with that, let's just go ahead and how we start this thing off. Let's go to the toy cam and what are the new acquisitions this week? Let's see. So I was able to procure one of the Ghostbuster Ecto 1, the Ecto 1 Transformer crossovers. And now that shot looks like crap. But anyway, looks like the camera got moved. GameStop just calls me up out of the blue and they're like, hey, that thing that we told you we didn't have or that we couldn't give you because it was being held for somebody else, well, you can come and pick it up now. I was like, whatever. But I'm coming to get it anyway. Also, I was able to take advantage of tfsource.com and their customer appreciation sales this week. I was able to get the 2 Headmasters, Cupola and Iron Will. They are third-party versions of Hardhead and Chrome Dome from Transformers Headmasters. And also, between the travels this week, we got the Series 2 of the Power Ranger figures that were popping up at Walgreens. No thanks to Bryce not going there and looking for us. So he probably missed out on some good Migos that they have there.
I doubt it. I doubt that.
I went back and looked at the clip last week where I said, they're carrying Migos at Walgreens from now. And you see him go, really?
See his eyes light up. He almost left the show right then and there.
Like, yes, we got him hooked. Oh, while you're there, Bryce.
Well, so the thing about the Power Ranger stuff too, like we were going to talk about this. We're kind of in a lull with some acquisition stuff right now because we're in that spot where a lot of things are starting to come out in September and October and stuff like that. We're in August, and we're towards the end of August, but just we've got stuff on the way, and Jason and I basically collect the exact same figures when it comes to our particular collections. So it's like a mixture of both of ours. So we could actually just have the opportunity to have the same things on the table. But man, did we look for these Power Rangers figures? We talked about it when we were on Super Cool Nerd Show, not this last episode, but when it's just me, Jason, and Cora. I was sitting on my couch and I was looking through Instagram, and the moment that it said Power Rangers found in Dallas, I went, Code Red, Jason, Code Red.
That is literally the text message I got.
It was just 3 back-to-back Code Reds, Power Rangers found in Dallas, and in all caps with both me and him texting for a solid 5 minutes.
So that was an afternoon.
Yeah.
And then the next day, the fruits of the hunt were fruitful, I guess.
Man, we were searching for a while. It was one of those things where I think we found them within the course of those 2 days. But The amount of Red Rangers I came across has been just agonizing. I went to Houston for the last like 3 days for a work related event, and while I was over there, I checked Walgreens, and again, all I found were Red Rangers. And I texted Jason, and I was like, "Hey, look who followed me over here! Some Red Rangers." But that was like, yeah, that's part of Jason and I. So we have a shared collected Power Rangers. What else do you get?
I actually forgot one. I meant to put it on there when I was doing stuff for the show. I found a Siege Jetfire, the new Supreme class.
Yeah,
Siege line.
It's your new favorite one, right? Yeah.
This is actually really good.
It's nice.
The transformation and how it looks with the armor and everything. I like this one.
I'd like to point out your opinion of that changed over the course of a week.
What? That I said no, I still say it's pricey. They created a whole new class, which technically should be a leader class, but
well, yeah, like when I came over and you had that one ready, you were like, "Let me tell you, this was too pricey, and I like this other one I have way better." And I was
that's different. That's a masterpiece figure with die cast and everything. That Jetfire, which has been on the show, is a little bit better. But anyway, go on with
it looks good.
No, the acquisitions as well. So I mean the other acquisitions.
So yeah, we came across the new Power Rangers figures. We managed to find the Beast Morpher Red Ranger. We got the Pink Ranger from Mighty Morphin, which was really tough to find. We got the Gold Ranger from the Beast Morphers, and then we got Magna Defender. And then, of course, we got our GameStop exclusives, Goldar,
which I'm still mad.
You have every right to be. They wouldn't let me pre-order it in store. I would go in, they say it's not available for pre-order because I didn't want to pay the shipping. And I got so mad because I didn't want to have to pay for it, because we've said this before. GameStop is just like 15 minutes away. It's corporate headquarters. It's in Grapevine. It's super close to where we record here in the hub. It's just, I didn't want to have to pay for shipping. And the reason why is exactly right, because it's so close that there's no reason to pay for shipping. I eventually broke down because Jason was like, "All right, Goldar is on its way." And I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll order mine." So I ordered it, and I was going to Houston the next day, and then I got the notification. It's like, "Oh, your Goldar will be there tomorrow." And it was there 2 hours after I left for Houston. So my wife texts me that a box comes, and I'm like, I have to wait 4 days to open this thing. So I got home last night, and I was just like, the Goldar, and I opened it up, loved it. And of course, like I said, since it's so close, it came in with less than 24 hours, but they still made me pay for shipping. And I was so mad, but found Goldar. We also found Overwatch figures as well.
Found two.
We found 2 out of what, 5 is what it's supposed to be.
How many years?
It's McCree, Junkrat, Zarya. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said Zarya. Right.
Zarya. There's a 2-pack with Hanzo and Genji.
I don't know. Has that been released though?
I haven't found it. I
haven't seen anybody.
I haven't seen it yet.
Either, so.
Yeah, like I've been keeping an eye on Instagram and stuff like that. No one's found it yet. But there's Hanzo and Genji, and then there's a separate Genji release that's supposed to have like him in like carbon colors. Is what I think it's supposed to be.
You can get that one from Amazon.
I don't want it.
I don't either.
If I'm gonna get Hanzo and Genji, there's no reason. It's the same reason why the other one is a 2-pack of Tracer and McCree, but in all white. And that one I did find, but like I said, I already got Tracer and I got McCree. There's no reason for me to have to go and get another one. And then I think there's like a 5-pack that's coming out.
Carbon fiber.
They're all carbon.
They're GameStop exclusive. We're not interested.
The only one in there that's worth getting is Diva, and I don't want to get Diva without her mech. It just doesn't make sense.
I'll wait.
Yeah. So I'm not going to go pick her up, but we did come across the McCree and Junkrat. We did pick both of those up. Like I said, you can find those at GameStops already. We found the Tracer, the white Tracer and the white McCree. You can find that one at GameStop as well, but I haven't. People have been finding Zarya. I can't find her. I don't know where they're getting her. I'm just going to have to keep waiting, and I hate that. And then, but other than that, the only other things that we had this week, for me anyway, was these Disney Infinity figures. I picked up Sully, which came with a little version of Boo. I have Aladdin. Yeah, it really is. Boo is adorable. I love these. So I'm not a huge Disney Infinity collector. I played the game with my wife. It was one of those games that she really got into and I really got into, and it was a lot of fun. But I picked up Disney Infinity like sparingly here and there because it was one of those things where when I was a kid, who wouldn't have loved to have like Aladdin figures or Sully from Monsters Inc. and stuff like that. So it's figures that I would pick up that I would never get, but then they make so many Marvel figures. I picked up Rocket Raccoon with the little baby Groot because Rocket Raccoon is one of my favorite Marvel characters. So of course I picked them up, but I basically left out every one of the Marvel ones. I didn't pick up any of the Toy Story ones or anything like that because I had those kind of figures as kids, but I had never seen Sully or Aladdin. So I picked those up, and they do really well because Sully here is like a $15 figure, and he scales in with all of the other like figures that we have here. And then like Aladdin's shorter and Rocket's shorter, but that's what they're supposed to be. They look really good. They move really well, considering they're like 10 to 15 at the most. So, I mean, I was happy to pick them up. I mean, I love the Sully figure. It looks great.
Cool. Bryce, you have something unopened there.
I do. I have 2 unopened items from the Final Frontier, way beyond where I'm currently sitting. 14 points of articulation. Mego, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive gift box set of Prime and Mirror Universe Spock. Not easy to come by. Very difficult to come by because I didn't go to San Diego. And
one day we will.
Yeah, right. So I thought I would find this in GameStop. That's difficult, if not impossible, to find one. So I got lucky and called Think Geek at the right time and had them hold for me. And I had to drive 36 miles to get it. But it was worth it because this thing with a Spock torso and his outfit from the second pilot in which Captain Kirk first appeared, Where No Man Has Gone Before. This outfit, the yellow, this is only available in this San Diego Comic-Con gift box set. You cannot get it anywhere else on a carded figure. That's what Spock and Kirk wore in the pilot episode. So that is key to collectors. This box set is hugely popular amongst Mego heads, Mego enthusiasts. It's supposed to come with a dagger, just like the original figure did, and the Mirror Terran outfit. But there is no dagger, so that's the only fault I can find with this gift set is that they advertise the dagger. It's not here.
Does he have the solid blue phaser and a painted phaser?
Yes.
What the?
Yes.
Why?
So they wanted to start updating some of the figures with more show accurate
right, we
accessories.
talked about that. So, but why include non-painted and a painted in the same? Put painted in both. Put both of them painted weapons. What the?
Well, I think that's a nod to original Mego.
Okay, whatever.
It's just So I guess you get both toy aesthetics. That way you can choose which one you want to use.
I guess you can only display one type of figure. So yeah.
It only comes with the one body.
So but never mind this baby blue one here.
But obviously, Mego enthusiasts will be opening some of these up and putting them on whatever figure they want to, whether it be Kirk or Spock.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go with a better painted weapon. Anyway,
yeah, I
36 miles.
36 miles.
You say?
I did.
There's 3 Think Geeks within all of DFW from where we are, and they're nowhere close from here. I mean, they're not too terribly far where it's like a pain to get there, but like the one I used to live by used to be 2 minutes down from my house, but now from where I am, it's an hour and 20 minutes to get there. And then we have one in Arlington, which is still another 30+ minute drive. And then we have one in like Hearst, which is the one you went to.
Yep.
With him saying he traveled 36 miles to get a figure, I'm curious, what's the most y'all have traveled? Not shipped, but driven. I mean, and it's kind of hard because if we're hunting could go for just 2 more targets or whatever. But what is the furthest? Like, say you've called or looked online and it was available somewhere.
Are we going with like coincidental drop-bys?
No, not coincidental. You knew it was in a location,
okay,
and had to think about the distance to travel. How far have y'all gone for a figure?
What's your answer?
Austin.
That's the drive.
Because I didn't want to.
We should have had him go last.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there was a friend of mine was down in Austin, and he was like, "Hey, this comic shop that I was in had this thing I was looking for at a decent price." And it was one of those weekends where I didn't have anything to do, and I kind of went to my wife pre-kids and went like, hey, let's go down to Austin for the weekend. Mind you, I masked, but my intention was to go down to pick up this one thing and just, oh, look, there happens to be that store over there. I picked a hotel near this comic shop so I could pass by and go, oh, look at that. You know, I'm just going to go now. We got what? We check in at noon, so let's go, or 3 p.m. I'm going to go here for now. Why don't we get something to eat after this? And, oh.
Did they hold it for you?
Oh, yeah, they held it.
The only way it shattered the illusion was, Jason, we were waiting for you. You did say about 4 hours.
No, she went off to look at some other stuff. Like, I don't know if y'all are holding something for Jason to do. The worst, though, was when I was a kid and collecting, and all I had was the bus in Dallas. So, because I lived on the south side in Oak Cliff, and I traveled from South Oak Cliff to Addison by bus to get a grifter figure from Wildcats at a Walmart that was on Beltline that's no longer there. But yeah, that's a long bus ride. That's
Wow.
3 buses to get out there during that time. So yeah.
So I can't say that I haven't driven long distances. I haven't driven to Austin, thank you. But it's exactly what you meant, where it was just kind of like toy hunting, where it was just like, oh, just one more target. So when I was living in Fort Worth, I drove all the way out to Frisco.
That's a good trek.
It's a good drive, and to the point where I was. But you know, when you're going one target to one target to one target, and they're all 20 minutes apart from each other, if not a little bit more. But especially with my wife, this one I remember in particular. I want to say it was when Captain Marvel figures were coming out, because it was just one of those things where they were hitting targets and I couldn't find them anywhere. We kept going. And I didn't end up timing it. I just remember leaving first thing in the morning. And by the time we got home, I was like, you know, we've been driving for 7 hours. Now it's time to sit down, relax. There went our Saturday. And my wife was like, I just enjoy spending time with you. And I was just like, man, where'd the time go? 7 hours in my car? Really? And I didn't leave the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I just kept driving for 7 hours to find toys.
We're blessed that
Wow.
we actually have different outlets we can go to, and
I complain about it all the time, though. It's one of those things where I'll say, man, I can't find out why we can't have these figures. Like the fact that Emma Frost is hitting certain Walgreens, but they're all hitting just around nowhere near us. Like it's starting to hit in the north. It hit on the West Coast. I think some were found in the East Coast, but none have been found in the South. And we're just like, we live in this big city. Why can't I find anything? That being said, if you go to the map where we are, type in Walgreens, there's got to be at least 50 Walgreens just within the DFW area. So there's plenty of places to look. I'm just that spoiled. Like I used to live in Shreveport, and if I typed in Target, it popped up 2. That was it. Because you had one in Bossier, you had one in Shreveport, and that was it. And that, you know.
Whereas we have what, like 20?
We have to have at least 25 Targets here, but you have to drive around. And I'm like, why can't I find anything at Target?
We need to find the optimum pattern to search.
We got to break it up into quadrants for everybody to search for.
Oh God! Well, we were doing that for the Power Rangers.
Yeah, we did.
Bryce, what? Yeah, we're like, here's the addresses I've checked.
Oh yeah, I think I still have the list. So
how many did you go to?
Don't ask that question.
we had some overlap, so we had to correct that within the search parameters.
we started asking each other like which targets. So we went ahead and we're like, these are the Walgreens I hit, and then Jason would send me his. He was like, this is what I hit. We would mix them together, and then we would go to the map and we'd take a picture of it, and we would cross off the Target, the Walgreens that were there. It got
check within 24 hours.
Like I'm sitting over here with like a check, so I was like, okay, I found 2 Red Rangers. I have one for Jason, and I have one for me. And then Jason texts me. He goes, I haven't found anything else, but I found a Gold Ranger. And I was like, all right, so now he's got 2 out of 4. I've got 1 out of 4. And then I went to another one, and I found Magna Defender, and I was like, all right, now it's 2 and 2. And I started that night, I had finally given up. I was like, I'm gonna go home, and I got the pristine parking spot. It's right in front of the stairs where my apartment is. I was like, it's a lovely spot.
And he texted me to complain about that too. Like, I care about this spot.
I was like, I love this spot. And I called one more Walgreens, and it was 30 minutes away. And I was like, hey, I'm looking for the Gold Ranger and the Pink Ranger. I just need to know, because I'm getting tired of dealing with Walgreens associates because of the fact that they don't deal with toys. They deal with pharmacy stuff, and they're there to get paid. I mean, I can't complain about that.
They don't like us.
So I had one woman that would go, because it's the same thing as always. It's, yeah, hold on, give me a second. and then someone else would pick up because they're not the one working the counter. So I'm sitting there waiting for this call, and I'm like, they're just going to tell me that they have like either the Red Ranger or they're going to tell me they have none. The woman picks up the phone and goes, "You're going to be so happy. We have both the gold and the pink." And I turned my car back on, and I drove 30 minutes, and I took a picture of them. I sent them to Jason, and Jason's response is, they didn't happen to have another pink Ranger, did they? Because at that point, you had found Magna. And then I get back home, and then you send me a text and went, "Found it. We're done."
Yeah, I called one more, and it was near the house. It's it's more southbound to here.
Yeah.
And they had a Pink Ranger, and I was like, I'm done. Although
We're not done.
I also bought one from Hasbro Pulse.
Which one did you get?
I got a pink from Hasbro Pulse, and then I called one more Walgreens, and they had.
So it's on the way.
Yeah, there was a comic strip that they had a joke about that. Like this guy's like, he has two friends go to Walmart, and they're like, okay, we're at the Transformer section. He's like, okay, you're watching the shelf, right? You're watching it. Okay, I just ordered it online, and all of a sudden it pops up on the shelf and just magically appears. And they're like, holy shit, it actually appears. I was like, I knew it.
So that's happened to me before too. Like, I bought this Overwatch Reinhardt figure for my buddy Adam. I bought it for his birthday because our birthdays are relatively close to each other, and he was like, "Hey, what McFarlane figure were we waiting for?" And I was like, "I'm waiting for Krieg from Borderlands." He was just like, "Oh," sends me a picture, and he's like, "I got it for you." And I was like, "Great, love it. I will. The next time we see each other, we'll exchange our presents. It'll be great." I literally go to a GameStop about an hour later, and they had 4 of them, and I've been looking for weeks, and I was just like, "Yeah, that tracks." So I may have bought one right then and there, and then I customized. I have the other one for customization now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but that worked out because the one I bought, the legs were loose, and the one he got me, they weren't. So I'll make it work. There might be paper shoved in the joints. I'm not going to say.
So Bryce, besides hers from Richardson,
Right.
How far have you gone?
Well,
Maximum.
let me go back in time to the 90s, to when I was really getting started into collecting.
Now, how far in the
big
90s?
time I get.
90s is good enough.
I need to place myself in the 90s. Okay, there's a
early
difference.
Early to mid. I can't remember exactly. But Playmates, of course, and the Star Trek line, that got me going big time into, trying to find all the different, items that they produced, all the different figures and all the different formats, and the
internet
ships.
wasn't there to help you.
And the ships. Nope.
You got a call.
Nope. There was no ordering those online. So yeah, there was a lot of running around, to the various not department stores. I'm sorry, Walmart, Target, and there was another one at the time. I can't think of the local store that's no longer in business.
Was it Lone Star Collectibles?
No.
That was mine.
There was another one, like it was like another Walmart, like another Target. It was like that.
Kmart?
No, it was something else here locally.
It was a department store?
Yeah, they carried everything, like, I can't remember the name of it.
It's not KB.
For the life of me. No, but I did shop some KBs back in the day, that's for sure. Yeah. That you had some good discount Marvel, Toy Biz, and whatnot there. But and I like to find my Tick toys there too as well. I think by Bandai. But anyway, I didn't drive. I'm sorry, I don't have a great Austin story like you. I didn't make the drive like I did for that.
Does your wife know now?
I'm glad she doesn't watch our bullshit shows.
Yeah,
just like about watching a show about toy collecting.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I don't know if I've driven any farther other than like to a show. I've driven to shows before, to conventions, hoping I would find things, but I've never really driven long distance past. I don't think that the 36 miles I went for this. I don't think I've done that. But I've done my fair share of driving, looking,
Oh yeah,
hoping to find things for sure.
Granted, like in my teenage years when I'm riding the bus to get everywhere,
Yeah.
when I could finally drive, the game changed, baby.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I put some miles in that Pontiac Grand Am that I bought.
Yeah, I spent some gas in the 90s looking for Playmate toys, their Star Trek line, because between that and also I think I ended up going to some. I found some in closeout too, that was nice. At the not Hobby Lobby. What's the closeout store?
Well, like Ross, Marshalls,
different things.
I'm gonna start hitting up more Ross and Marshalls. By
I
the way,
can't do it. The Rosses around here are garbage.
they totally are. Oh yeah,
They're like I'll for example, we'll take the one that I still haven't found. Okay, I can't find Smexy Rexy from the Black Series. Okay, I haven't been able to find him. It's the Rex.
I know.
Yes, he's
I'm
Smexy
pretty
Rexy.
sure I got it. So yeah.
I couldn't find him. So I looked everywhere because I wanted Smexy Rexy. I know where I can go to get them. I just have to drive all the way to Fort Worth and pay more than retail value instead of the $5 that Ross was selling them for. And I couldn't find any. I had to have hit up at least 20 Rosses. I still can't find one. The aisles are a mess. They look horrific. I can't do it. Like, it's worked out for me at Five Below.
And that's where we found the
Rogue figure.
Yeah, the Rogue One figures.
Yeah,
the Donnie Yen figure that never released.
Exactly. Like I couldn't find him anywhere.
We've talked about this on the show before, like stuff that does not make it to the shelves, but then we freaking find it in Ross like months later.
That was my thing though. Like I had looked at many Five Belows for that particular figure as well, and I managed to. There was a day where I gave up. I was like, I'm done. And then I went and took my wife to Target, and she said she wanted to look at another store, and I was like, there's a Five Below right here. I'll just check one more time, and lo and behold. $5. There he is. I pick him up. The same place that I was talking to you about. I forget what it's called now, but it's a Star Wars exclusive place in Fort Worth.
Order 66.
No, it's not.
Holocron.
Thank you. It's Holocron. So I could go to Holocron. I could go to Holocron to get him, but he was $55 over there, and I was like, okay, I could fork out $55 and get him, or I could go around. The same reason I won't get Smexy Rexy from over there is because
you're going to have to stop referring to him as that.
He is Smexy Rexy, and you know it.
No.
So. It was one of the things is I could still go pick him up, but I still can't find him to this day. Like there occasionally been figures that I found, like the Rogue One 3-pack that had the different Poe Dameron that wasn't dressed up. Not Poe Dameron, Cassian. That's who his name. They had Cassian where he wasn't in his giant like furry coat, and then it had a different like another trooper and stuff like that. But I'll always grab another trooper. Same thing with that Cassian. And I think that pack ran $60 in store, but at Ross when I did find it. $15.
Nice.
So I picked it up, but most of the time Rosses are generally a huge miss for us, unless people are just there's way more toy collectors in Dallas than I'm aware of. I mean, there's a lot of them, but that was our big thing is we thought that the reason we couldn't find any of the Walgreens figures is because we thought that we were being beat out to it, and we were, but we still found them.
I bought a few things at Five Below, but not very much. I don't find much of what I'm looking for there. I don't go there very often because I don't have one near me. But I did remember the toy store or the store that I used to buy stuff in the 90s and the early aughts. You remember Venture?
I don't.
Jason?
No. Who was that?
That was a department store like Target. I don't know how long they were in business, but I think they've been out of business for about a decade.
I don't remember that one. I remember Montgomery Ward. They had some stuff.
Oh, I don't remember buying stuff there, but
I got my first Autobot from Montgomery Ward.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, Venture was another one that I hit up a few times to find some Star Trek Playmate figures. But yeah, I don't even have a lot of that stuff anymore. I ended up selling a lot of the 3 3/4 inch stuff. I got rid of it for space reasons and just because I like the larger scale better.
We got to do a show where we just go around to those 5 and dime and overstock
stores. So that was a thing that we
see if we can find stuff.
That was the thing that we were going to talk about at one point. We didn't do too much discussions, but people like toy hunting videos, and we do toy hunting a lot.
Oh yeah.
So it was one of those things where we didn't know if people would be interested of us like videotaping, like me and you and Bryce, or depending on what we're doing, like actually just having the ability to go and do toy hunting videos. I don't want to like say, hey, look, here's me and Bryce, and we're going to go hit up a Think Geek or something like that. And do the same recording, and people are going to get sick of it. It's just, I mean, if people want that, let us know. I mean,
Please, let us know in the comments.
We do lots of toy hunting.
What do you think we should do, B9?
Well, there we go. We got a heavy for this.
It's true. I mean, you have to be. Some of the places that we've had to go to aren't exactly the nicest places. Okay.
So
let me finish my acquired purchase.
Oh,
he's going to open it on the spot.
Go ahead.
No, it's all right. No,
start drifting to other things.
No,
we're very passionate. Okay.
Yeah, right. Right. No, it's all good. So a friend of mine who made a custom figure that I ended up getting from him actually sent me a freebie in the mail with my custom figure, and that's Kirk in his dress uniform that made by Mego. It's
Why
the new
is
product.
his badge down there?
Well, that's the way it was in the series.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In the third season of Star Trek of the original series, he wore the green wrap. It's called the green tunic or the green wrap.
Okay.
Or the belly wrap.
I must have missed that. Sorry.
The belly wrap, as it's known, because they were trying to hide Shatner's weight gain.
Oh.
Yeah, with the green tunic. And the other one I wanted to talk about was science officer. I'm sorry, not science officer. Communications officer. Uhura. Did you know her character speaks Swahili, and that means freedom? So just so you know, I now have the freedom to open.
Oh!
To open
Unboxing.
Amigo figure.
Unboxing.
People who like carded stuff, look away.
Alternate heads. We have the opening of a Nichelle Nichols likeness, 8-inch.
Is it just a
masterpiece.
clamshell? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Throw that box. Throw it out of here.
I think this is a fantastic figure.
No,
It is
no
a
wire wrecks or anything.
That
Okay.
came out a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. Like,
I was expecting some twist ties or something.
You and I are so used to pulling stuff out with like twisty ties and then trying to like break our way through
That's
it.
actually going to bring me into another topic, but let me see.
Yeah. This is a fantastic figure.
Rooted
it is
hair?
I'm sorry?
Rooted hair.
Yes. It is a new head sculpt. It is not the same head sculpt from the original line that Mego, the original Mego company put out. This is a new head sculpt, and it's attributed to Sean Sampson, Cynthia Woody, and Andy Koval, who has done a lot of great sculpts for Mego.
I'm
And
looking at these boots, and it looks like it'd be harder to stand, but you hit that stand pretty easy.
oh yeah, these new figures made by Mego in the last year, they have improved the sturdiness of the body. It's slightly heavier. The plastic is slightly heavier. It's a better body.
Well, even seeing you move the leg joints, they seemed like they were locking pretty good.
Yes,
but
they do.
From my angle, from the boot, it almost looks like it's kind of like a U shape. Like when I'm looking at it straight on from here, so it doesn't look like it's going to stand easy. I mean, like we've seen it with the Ghost figure with the little skinny ass heel, but you hit that pose really good.
Yeah, I'm
Quickly.
Yeah, this is something that I wish FTC would improve upon on their quality control on their bodies. Figures Toy Company is what I'm referring to, who also does the 8-inch retro cloth figure. So I'm hoping now that Mego is back in full force and going to be getting better distribution in different stores, not just Target, I'm hoping that Figures Toy Company will take notice and improve their quality, and hopefully maybe bring their price point down some as well, because they have a much higher price point than Mego does.
Speaking of trade wars with China, they messing about collecting.
Yeah, right.
Like we don't get into politics on the show, but when you start messing with the companies that make our figures, hey, wait a minute now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll move. I'll do it.
Yeah, and I want to point out also, that doesn't bear well for our future prices of our figures, what you mentioned, Jason. But I also want to point out that Nichelle Nichols is on her final farewell tour. She's retiring from public after, I think she's got less than 1 year remaining. She's going to appear at a few more conventions.
Yeah.
So if you want to get signatures and photographs with the great Nichelle Nichols, do it soon. Take your Mego figure with you if you like. Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Godzilla.
Yes.
It's
And say hello to Nichelle. She's a wonderful lady.
yeah, she really is. Now this made me sad, but she deserves to take a break.
I think I'm going to need a minute.
So, there goes it fell. Okay, so with that, since we were talking about packaging, Hasbro made an announcement on the 20th. Here's the official announcement from Hasbro Inc. They are beginning in 2020. It plans to begin phasing out plastic from new product packaging, including plastic elements like poly bags, elastic bands, shrink wrap, window sheets, and blister packs. The company's ambition is to eliminate virtually all plastic in packaging for new products by the end of 2022. Removing plastic from our packaging is the latest advancement in our more than decade-long journey to create a more sustainable future for our business and our world, said Brian Goldner, chairman and CEO. We have an experienced cross-functional team in place to manage the complexity of this undertaking, and we're looking to actively engage employees, customers, and partners as we continue to innovate and drive progress as a leader in sustainability. With that, this means window packaging would be virtually eliminated.
So I love this and I hate this at the same time.
But with that, we've already have some. If you look at Masterpiece figures, but they have a plastic clamshell inside of the figure. This, I noticed that with this Jetfire I bought, no window.
No, you just bought it.
And it had a cardboard insert. There were, they still had the little plastic ties though to hold it down. Those would be easy enough to get rid of.
The reason I have a problem, like I both love this and hate this, is because I honestly do think that we need to take a better care of the environment. It's one of those things where everybody thinks it, not all of us talk about it because it's not like a huge issue. We like talking about toys more than we like talking about trees, but it's a big deal. Like my wife is huge for this, but at the same time, while I'm sad about that, we get a lot of paint defects with a lot of our figures. It happens. Sometimes some of them will look great. Sometimes some of them won't look good. Like when we look at the Beast Rangers and stuff like that, you can't tell me we didn't pick them up and pick the one that looked the best between the two. It's just one of those things that we do because we know that sometimes a paint defect can truly ruin a figure. Like you can love the brand new Power Ranger figure, but I mean, if it's got a giant gash in its face, you're not going to like it the same amount. So I'm not going to sit there and be able to pick it up and see this one looks amazing. This one is the one I want to grab. It's going to be basically a blind box, and you're just going to pick what you do. Now, that being said, would we go out looking for stuff? If there's only one there, we pick up the one. So it's not the end of the world, but...
Well, I mean, and we talked about with the Migos, how they just did the window on top and everything, so you can actually see more of the figure. I think there is... how do they tackle that? Because I bought this Jetfire not being able to see it. I assume... However, what about scalpers?
It's more than just that. How is this going to affect the retro carded stuff? You have the giant, like exactly with the way the Migos are set up, you have the giant card back and then you have the plastic front. And that's how some collectors like it, is you get to see the figure in its box.
Right. Bend box collectors.
Yeah,
Do not open.
Right. But now box collectors could technically just open up the figures and display the box just like it was before. But it's going to mess with the archive wave. It's going to mess with all of the other figures. Like it makes sense. But I also feel like it's going to affect us more. Think of, like you just said, scalpers. Like people open the box and take a piece out of it all the time. We see Build-A-Figure pieces missing all the time. We see accessories missing all the time.
Totally different figures changed out.
Yeah, sometimes you might not get the right figure. So now how am I supposed to go in there and pick up a figure and hope that someone didn't steal it or replace it?
Now, granted, I'm sure that they also are aware of this.
There's got to be an alternative.
I'm just wondering how they're going to tackle that part of it. Because I swear, I was in a Walmart one time, and I saw one of the Marvel Legends 1/1 scale Mjolnirs. And I'm like, holy crap, that shouldn't be on the shelf. And I pick it up, and I know damn well there's not a Thor's hammer in this box. There's something that's moving around. It feels heavy, but it's moving around. And I noticed that the tape is already broken. I open up, somebody has put a bag of sugar in this box.
It happens.
Wow.
They put a bag of sugar inside, and I take it immediately over to the electronics counter where I find some. I'm like, hi, there is no hammer in this box. He's like, well, I'm like, no. And I open it up. There's a bag of sugar in here, dude. So he's like, oh, and he takes it off the shelf. I swear 2 weeks later, I come back and that empty box is back on the shelf now.
The empty boxes?
Yeah, I've had that before too.
Yeah.
So there's been a few where like Walmart associates don't care. They just don't care. And, I can't blame them. They're Walmart associates. They don't care the same way we do. But I've come in there before and I've seen figures that are completely not those figures. And I've pulled them aside because I know they need to not be on the shelves because, scalpers do that kind of stuff. And I've shown it to someone and I was like, look, these 3 figures aren't supposed to be here. This is the picture of what the figure's supposed to be on the back of the box. And here's what you guys have taken back. And they're like, oh, we're sorry about that. I came back a week later, the same figures that were replaced, put back on the shelves. They just don't care. And especially if they're going to be like boxed up. Like if we take the Power Rangers box, for example, and we replace the window card, there's no way to know.
Nope. So I'm wondering, how do we get past that? While yes, I do want more. My action figure collecting is not more important than the environment. I'll just go ahead and say that right now.
I agree.
But Hasbro has to be aware of this.
There's
So
got to be something. I'm not a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, so especially in one that's made some weird decisions lately. But
we'll talk about that a little bit.
It's one of those things where they have to know what the issue is. They have to have something in mind. So there's got to be some other material out there that'll still let us see the figure that I'm just not aware of.
But also with the biggest company doing that, how long would it take for other companies, say like Mego or Mattel, to do that?
I don't know if they're going to be willing to follow suit. Mego has a long-standing tradition of doing exactly what we're talking about here, which is the plastic front. That Mego originated this packaging with the blister card and the plastic revealing the figure on the front. And
blisters are recyclable, by the way. That is recyclable material.
Yeah.
I recycle mine.
There's got to be something. I mean, it just takes one person to set a trend that's going to do something better that can help kickstart something better for the environment, for example. And if Hasbro can find some magical material that's going to be just as cheap as using a window card without having to ruin the effect, then maybe other companies will follow suit, but we just don't know.
I'm really curious what they do with this. I applaud their action, but I just want to see how they're going to balance it. So.
Yeah, the idea on paper is great. But again, you mentioned, the paint apps. That is the most important part. I know Mego collectors do the same thing that you guys are talking about. You want to see mainly the face.
QC issues happen.
They
Quality
do.
control.
You want to make sure you it's not messed up. And quite honestly, on Mego figures, a lot of people are looking at the eyes. Were the eyes painted correctly?
Did you look at when we got Junkrat? Did you take a look at the different Junkrats? Because there was like a different fade on a lot of them. Some of them looked like they were just plain colored black, and some of them looked like that shadow effect.
Yep.
It's all about how you go about it.
So, kudos. I just really want to see how they're going to interact this.
Yeah, I know other Mego collectors want more of these, and that's a lot of plastic on the front of that gift set.
Yeah, it is.
It's not environmentally friendly, but it sure looks nice.
Looks good.
When you're looking at it.
It definitely draws it appeals to the eye.
It really does. So I don't have to have more of these. I think they look great, but quite honestly, I could deal with this being the only one they ever make, because I agree with Jason. I think it is more important that, sustainability, more so than my collection.
You're right.
All right. So we do have a couple other things we need to get to this week.
Got some.
But we got a couple of watches to get to. First of all, what's going on with Plunderlings?
Plunderlings has reached out to me. First thing I want to talk about is the fact that I am not sponsored by Plunderlings.
But we're willing to be.
Yes.
I have, however, given up my ability to hope that a Plunderling will be named after me. I understand.
Selfish bastard.
I'm going to end up getting Plunderlings anyway, but they did go ahead and reach out, and they gave me a few things to talk about on the show. They do have some new waves coming. One of the first things that they went ahead and reached out to me for was their new Captain line. I believe that the Captain line and the Idol line is what it's called. The Cursed line. I'm sorry. Cursed and Captain. I believe these will come out after the Kickstarter comes out. I want to say it's like Series 2. I'm not 100% sure.
Hey, I like the sword on the Ash one there.
Yeah, so Plunderling's Captain line is going to come with Ash and Teal. They look amazing. I really like Ash. Ash looks pretty good. He looks cheery. He's happy. He's got a bunch of earrings in his ear. He's got some long pants, but of course they all have removable accessories. They definitely look more like captains. They have like big bulky hats. They have nice weaponry. So one of them has a binocular. One of them has a really giant sword. I think the sword looks amazing. I think the Plunderling looks amazing. And then of course you have the Cursed theme, which I wasn't expecting at all. The Cursed theme involves Fury and Idol. And Fury is officially the name of the red one we were wondering about. So Fury is the red one. He's got he's got some long robes going on. He's got some yellow toenails. He comes with this giant spear.
It's an anchor on a stick.
And then you have Idol. And they had a little fun story for Idol. I don't remember where I read it, but basically Idol touched a cursed item that turned him all gold. So he's this shiny gold. And he's like, yeah. So now Idol's forever gold, which works out because they're all attracted to shiny objects. So now you know which one's the leader. So they have Idol, and he comes with like a crown and like a cape and stuff like that. And they look really good. I'm really excited about Plunderlings. I tried to ask about the pricing, and they said that they still don't know about the pricing, which is a shame because the pricing obviously is going to be a big factor. What, today's the 24th? Tomorrow, when we record these episodes, we record on Saturdays. So tomorrow on a Sunday is when the Plunderling Kickstarter officially goes live.
Ooh.
So when this episode comes out, it'll have been live as of yesterday. So the Plunderlings go live Sunday, August 25th, and I still don't know what the price is. And when they reached out to me, they said, we don't know what the price is yet either. We're working on ways to try to affect costs. So they're trying to find cheaper, effective ways to create the Plunderlings. We just won't know until tomorrow.
I definitely will back these guys. Probably Friday once payday. So
yeah, I'll be backing them too. There's a lot of stuff on Plunderlings. I'll continue to post more about Plunderlings when they tell me more about it. But like I want to say again, we're not backed by Plunderlings. We just really like Plunderlings. They look really good. You said it before. There's a Plunderling for everybody. So I mean, now that they're tackling each of these different types of subjects, like they're all basically pirate based, but they all have like a different theme to them.
Yeah.
So like if you didn't like the first one, well, now you can go and get the one that's all gold. Or if you didn't like the blue one, you can get the purple, like the Nomad series.
They're really cute. I think they're going to appeal to a lot of kids.
I do too.
And some bigger kids.
Yes.
I'm a big kid now.
Well, speaking of people that like cloth goods, you posted some pictures of something online, but we're both excited for this Mayfex Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse.
So I was really excited about this Mayfex Spider-Man.
Look at that.
So I think this is really hilarious because it's one of those things where I really want Peter, like the Peter Parker one. And the first time that we got to look at him, he was in the cloth goods. The second time we got to look at him, we got to see that, yes, there would be alternate feet and there was alternate materials, but we still didn't see him as Spider-Man because he was still wearing the cloth goods. If you take a look at the Spider-Man, you'll notice he's got a little bit of chub to him, just like he does in the movie.
Well,
he's got the belly fat.
You're thicker, as they said.
Yeah.
He's got a little chub to him. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So it looks just like you pulled him from the screen. That was one of my big fears. And
Guys,
it wasn't even a fear.
Thank you for this.
It's funny.
I wouldn't have had any complaints if they had just given me a normal Spider-Man. But the fact that they gave him the belly fat
They've gone above and beyond.
is beautiful.
I love the cloth goods and the mismatched shoes.
Right?
I love the boot and tennis shoe.
So we've talked.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. We talked a lot
great.
about Miles before. All of his accessories, and he looks like he's pulled just from the page. But now we got a closer look at what comes with Peter. He's got 4 alternate head sculpts. He'll have one that's regular Spidey, one with like closed eye Spidey, one of him just having regular Peter, and then one with like a mask. And one of the things I wanted to point out that I really love is the fact that they gave enough difference between every head sculpt to make me still want them. There's a lot of figures that come out with a slightly looking to the left head sculpt instead of just, and there's not enough difference. Like when we got Captain America from the 80th anniversary wave, I understand that you can put the helmet on one, but there's really no difference between the two of them. You could have just given me a helmeted permanent head sculpt and I'd been fine with it. But here they gave me enough to the point where like the unmasked head sculpts, the face expression is completely different on both of them. So that way, if I want to do one over the other, I can. I love it. I'm ready.
My favorite is the narrowing eyes Spider-Man.
The one where he's slightly disappointed in something Miles is doing.
Yes.
That was the face he had when Miles was stuck to the ceiling.
Kids are the worst.
Yes.
I love it.
Definitely my favorite.
These are Miles is officially up for pre-order. You can now officially go and pre-order Miles on places like Big Bad Toy Store.
Where's the price point on that anyway? It's like 60, right?
There's 60 to 70. So you have to be careful where you're going to go. Where you have to go.
Still going. No, I'm still going there.
Oh no, I am too.
Damn, the torpedo is full speed ahead.
I'm gonna get Peter, and then I know you'll end up getting Miles, and then we'll probably end up alternating. But not switching. Okay,
you mean both of them? I don't care.
I'm going Peter first, and then I'll probably pick up Miles later. Especially if they end up giving me more figures from this particular line. If you give me more characters, I'm gonna be a sucker. Like Mayfex has got me back in.
I'm sorry. So is this 12-inch or what is this?
They're 6-inch. They're about 6.5, I think.
I love that this line, even though my wife doesn't collect, I showed her this and she was like, "Are they making Gwen and Spider-Ham?"
Maybe Spider
Please
Noir,
do.
Right?
Once I get these in hand, depending on quality, I'm going to be screaming
I'll
where are
totally
the rest of them.
I'll totally pick up a Penny Parker.
I even want a Miles in this crappy Spider-Man costume with the string on the mask. And then, oh no, I didn't have a string. It just looked like crap. So I want that one.
Right.
It was one of those things where Mayfix really had a hard time drawing me in because their price point was so high, and I'd rather just get cheaper figures from elsewhere. But like, I own one Mayfix, and they have a lot of quality issues. But I'm gonna totally grab this one. Like, I'm gonna grab these Spider-Verse waves. I'm gonna grab them. These are set to come out as of June of 2020. But Mayfix has this tendency to say, hey, this is going to come out, and then you'll get it like 2 to 3 months later. So I'll probably order it for your house, and I'll come pick it up, depending on if I'm in the same apartment or still.
Is it possible that they will do a bigger scale figure in the future, do you think?
Probably not
No.
Mayfix. Mayfix doesn't do bigger scale figures.
That's a shame, because I really like the look of them,
Well,
but I
then buy
just
them.
don't do the 6-inch scale. I just don't do it.
Come to the dark side.
I can't.
I understand. I have some bigger figures, but I stick in the 6-inch. That's kind of where I reside.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy that we're going to get these. But moving away from Mayfix into McFarlane in a slightly larger scale.
What scale are you? Which one are you going for here?
I'm going for Fortnite figures.
Oh, that thing.
So I've talked about this before. I've got rid of all of my Fortnite figures from McFarlane. Nothing
Well,
against
you
them.
should.
Nothing against them. I think they look amazing. I think they have great sculpt. their articulation's just not exact, and their articulation's good. There's just something about them that never let me click to it. Like, I'm gonna pick up all of the other McFarlane figures, like My Hero Academia, when those come out like next month or the month after that, next 2 months, or like the other ones we'll talk about here in a little bit. But I got rid of all of my Fortnite ones because I started collecting Jazzwares because they basically had a softer plastic and I liked the way they look. And then they went ahead and threw Peely out at me. And it's a banana. I know nothing about Fortnite, and I have to have this one.
Okay, Near, this figure speaks to me on a very fundamental prime basis that I don't usually collect plastic that's not retro cloth, but I love bananas. I love fruit, and this face on this figure is cracking me up.
The thought that
I love it.
The thought that in Fortnite this could kill you does make me giggle slightly. Okay.
Now that I know this character exists, if I ever for some reason go and decide to play Fortnite, it will be the only character I will play.
See, that's the way I feel. I don't play Fortnite. Never have played it.
The banana.
This could be my gateway to playing Fortnite.
Exactly. Like,
so long as you kill them as a banana.
Yes.
I love the idea of ridiculously silly characters.
Also,
now,
why does he have like a Gooker knife,
So-
which looks like it's in a green candy corn attached to a stick? There's just a lot going on.
I don't
There
know.
is.
The little that I know about Fortnite is I know that there's guns. I know that there's buildings. So I know that he's got his gun. I know they have some kind of back bling that they wear, which is supposed to store those materials that they get.
Mhm.
And the other one's like a pickaxe. But I love the creativity Fortnite at least gives these characters. Like, that's clearly a pickaxe, and it's just a stick with like some kind of fruit at the end that he's clearly shoved a machete into. And that is beautiful.
That's funny.
And like, I love those type of characters because if I can get silly with a game, I will.
Yeah.
When Minecraft first started, like, I bought Minecraft when it was really early on, but I haven't played Minecraft in years. When I last logged into it, I double checked to see what my character skin was. I was an ice cream cone. It was just one of those things where I walked around as an ice cream cone. So having a banana, if I ever get into Fortnite, I will play as Peely, and you can army build with bananas. So I'm going to buy like 6 of them, and I'm going to start hiding them in Jason's house. Yeah. Well, I have to do this until they release like smaller Chucky figures that I can put around your house
that's
too.
gonna get blasted. Anyway, we've also had Fan Expo Canada going on this week, so we got a couple of reveals from that. Let's get to some Marvel Legends. First off, we got this Gray Hulk that just kind of came out of nowhere.
Gray Hulk appeared on Amazon Mexico.
Right.
It appeared very briefly, and that's something I wanted to talk about. Was I didn't get to catch him.
I didn't either.
It just popped up where people were like, "Look at Gray Hulk." It's basically the exact same as the retro carded figure, but clearly has a different head. It has a different piece to its back.
Well, it has the white shirt from the Wolverine pack.
Yes,
It's
but
just orange.
it's his first appearance from when he was actually Gray Hulk. Like, Gray Hulk actually had that
Okay.
orange piece. You can see it in the comic book. But so first appearance Gray Hulk, which looks great. I will totally own first appearance Gray Hulk, but it appeared on Amazon, and then what normally happens is either they pull it down or someone stops it. But the big thing is if you try to order something, they clearly cancel it because it wasn't supposed to be there. Like distributors didn't get it. But the people who were in there and ordered it got them. Like they actually shipped them out to people. So
damn, at least they came through.
This is one of the things that surprises me. Remember when Toy Leaks happened and we would find out way before even the distributors got them?
Uh-huh.
This, for the first time, Hasbro managed to keep something under wraps to the point where the distributors had enough to send out, and we didn't know about them except for the fact that it just appeared on Amazon and then was taken down, and then they still got them.
And now everybody wants one.
They're getting sneakier.
Wow.
I'm impressed.
I gotta say, so am I. I mean, like, how long was it till we got the reveals for Wave 2 of Power Rangers before they hit the shelves?
It was a while.
Huh?
It was one of those things
like
where
we saw them.
Like
we saw them in SDCC. And then, well, no, that's a bad example. We got a couple months between that. Anyway, the Grey Hulk does look good, but
I'll get him.
There's one more I'm excited for.
Is that a 6-inch, by the way?
6-inch scale, but it's a big
scale, but he's a
big,
big like the Hulk that I brought last time. It's the exact same figure.
That's like almost 8 inches, then, isn't it?
Yeah, he's big. He's a big and bulky guy.
I like those because that's
and he's retro carded, so people
8-inch.
Yeah.
Well, the other one I was excited for was because we've gotten Guardian, and we've gotten Sasquatch Build-A-Figure, but now we have a friggin' Alpha Flight pack.
I was really impressed with Alpha Flight. When they announced them, the first thing they did was announce them figure by figure. They didn't tell you, hey, look, this is what was happening. They just said, hey, look, Shaman. Hey, look, Puck with a brand new head sculpt, which was a huge deal because I don't have Puck.
I don't either.
You don't either. But when Puck was released, he was out in the wild. You could collect all the figures to build Puck, and then he was gone. Like, a lot of people didn't get Puck. But then they're like, you can get Puck. And I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. And then they revealed the other characters. I didn't read Alpha Flight, so I don't know a whole lot about them, but I will collect them. So I looked at it and went, okay, well, this is going to be a 2-pack. And then the rest will probably be single card releases. And then Hasbro said, no. What we'll do is we're going to put all 6 figures in a giant box and ship them all out at the same time. And it's already up on Amazon, and I pre-ordered it.
Well, I did read Alpha Flight as a kid, Marvel Comics, and I loved Alpha Flight. And Vindicator was originally a male.
Yeah, but then his wife took over.
Yeah.
But we've got, I got him. Yeah.
He's around here somewhere. We've shown him off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so that figure does exist. I don't remember.
Yeah, and we've got a Build-A-Figure Sasquatch. So
yes,
there's our full Alpha Flight team right there.
Yeah, that was the big thing is people were wondering because Marvel, like Hasbro has this thing where they like to tease out part of the wave or certain things. So you have to keep waiting and keep collecting. So that way you can get more and more of a team. So with Alpha Flight, they were teasing it like you got Puck, and then they went to Sasquatch, and then they went with Guardian, and everyone was like, okay, so we're starting to get more and more into it. And then they just decided to complete the whole thing for you.
I think that's awesome. I love this set. I wish Mego had the power to do these, but they do not have the Marvel license. It's very expensive. Disney, Marvel, they don't want to do Marvel figures individually at an affordable price. They want to when they did those in the past recently with Diamond Select, those figures were very expensive at $70 for a release for an 8-inch figure for a cloth. I wish they would change their mind and do something different, because at the time it was a gift box set like this. I'll have to bring one in sometime. Have you ever seen those?
I haven't.
Where they had the one figure and the 3 outfits.
I mean, I've seen that kind of box set, but I haven't seen one for the one you're talking about.
That's what they did for Marvel, but they were very limited, and that was something that Dr. Mego, who is an integral part of the Mego company, with Marty Abrams, they did that. So Mego has done a few Marvel figures in that retro style in these gift box set, but they couldn't go very far with it because there weren't enough customers lining up to buy those $70.
Well, there's another thing that we'll talk about not enough customers, but like in this particular Alpha Flight set, you're going to get Snowbird, Shaman, Aurora, Vindicator, Puck, and North Star. It is available on Amazon right now. It's going to cost you $110, and it should have an estimated release date of December.
That is correct. Yeah, I'm getting in for this one, so we got to get into some more of this other stuff, though.
Let's talk about the other Marvel Legend. The Invincible Iron Man.
Oh, my God. No.
So we already talked about this when me and you texted. They're taking Marvel's going to do whatever they can in order to push more of that body mold out there. So with this particular figure, it's the exact same one as that we got before. It's got a slightly different alternate hand
and Taskmaster's sword.
Yeah, it does have the Taskmaster sword. It's out there. It looks cool. I like it. I will probably grab him because I just like Iron Man armors in general, but it's just another re-release. But I think this falls under the fan channel stuff. This is the 80 years anniversary, 80th stuff with the fan channel. And this is my thing about the fan channel. The fan channel is a way to push out figures that we wouldn't normally get because they're just repaints or different colors or something, whatever, without having to worry about collecting them in the line. Because let's say if this figure came out, it was a Walgreens exclusive, or this one came out as a single carded release in another figure line in order to do the Build-A-Figures, Jason and I would sit here and complain all day, because it's one of those things where I don't want to have to collect something that's just a repaint of something else I could have gotten, like the Punisher that we're getting as well, or Big Time Spider-Man. It's just, they could have ended up as a single carded release, but instead they're doing the fan channel. And the best part about the fan channel is, since there's no Build-A-Figure parts, it's just redos of stuff that you wouldn't normally get. You don't have to get them. If you don't like it, you don't have to get it.
I'm glad, because I'm not.
Yeah, so this one is a fan channel. It's already up for pre-order on places like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth and Amazon and stuff like that.
That one doesn't move the needle for me at all.
It's one of those things where I'll think about it, but I'm on the fence with that one. But I'm only getting like half the fan channel stuff anyway, so.
All right. Is that all? That's all the Hasbro stuff, right? Well, that's all the Marvel Legends stuff.
That's all the Marvel Legends stuff anyway.
So from also, we got to look at some new Studio Series Transformers. Studio Series has been delving into the movies and everything. One of the ones I'm excited about is Leader Class Shockwave, which honestly, the Shockwave they came out with before was really good. He's also getting little figures of Wheelie and whatever that little electric heroine is. I don't know. I don't remember. It was a stupid character. I don't know. He's gone. He's dead now. Oh no, I don't know if he's dead. But he doesn't exist anymore because they rebooted Transformers. But the Leader Class Shockwave does look pretty good. We're also getting a Voyager class Megatron in his first movie design. There's actually a Masterpiece figure of that out now that I really want to get. I've seen them around locally for like really inflated prices, so I gotta go looking for them. Some of our local stores do have this Masterpiece scale movie Megatron. I do want it, but not for the prices that I'm seeing. So
what's the scale? I'm sorry. On this?
It's that scale up there. Like, you see the movie Optimus over there on the far right of my shelf? That scale. A little bit bigger than that. And there's also movie Jazz that's out, but we'll get into it.
So is that about 9 or 10 inches?
Closer to almost 12. Probably.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's pretty up there.
But these are Studio Series. They're a little bit smaller in scale. But also, Deluxe Class Nightbird, which is a fan favorite character from G1, where it was she was like a ninja robot. It is just a new head and new paint job for some existing figures that we just got, but it looks good. I like this purple and pink black job. So, I mean, purple and black paint job. I'm mulling my words up over here.
I was going to let that slide, but you got yourself.
There's a Power Dasher ZR. I have no interest in this figure with the drill head on it. Like, okay, we're doing a little bit of homage to Power Dashers. I don't care, because I have Brunt, and Brunt barely stays together. So, still, I like my Brunt. Not this thing. I'm out. But we are seeing the other figures that are going to create the movie combiner Devastator, which, don't know about the existence of wrecking balls for this figure. But we did see Leader Class Scavenger, the one with the big 2 wheels. Very unique design that we saw in Revenge of the Fallen. He's going to be a Leader Class figure, so that'll be our main core. And also Mixmaster, which is supposed to be a Voyager class. He's more likely the head for Devastator. As of now, I think we're still missing some, though, to make Devastator. I thought it was supposed to be 6 figures. I think it's more like 8. I have to go back and look.
I wouldn't know.
Because I have 4 so far, and I don't have enough to make Devastator yet. And 2 more, a Devastator do not make. So I guess we're getting some announcements. I'm sorry I'm not better prepared for that. But yeah, but 2 more for the Devastator combiner, which I'm getting. I'm in for 4. I got to get the rest of them to make the big Devastator. So
Transformers doesn't grab me the same way it does you. Like, I like some of the movies, then I like the TV show when I was a kid as well. But it was just, I get so angry trying to transform them. I would rather have them just permanent bot mode.
No, they're not a transformer. That's the
I
problem.
know. Why do you? I don't collect all of them, and even some of the Siege wave isn't collecting me. Like Siege is where I really started jumping into wanting to own Transformers, and even then, like the last like 5 that came out, I didn't grab just because I like them. I do. I think they're cool, but I think the next one, when we already talked about that one before, is I'm gonna rebuy the cell shaded Optimus and Megatron, but that's about it.
Well, we do have some other nostalgia from you, and
Well, I was going to say before you move on, you know, I never collected Transformers, and it's basically, I'm sure, because I didn't watch the show as a kid. I like the 1980 movie. I think it's cool. But this construction Mixmaster, the Voyager class, it almost looks like it's got the battle droid head
Yeah, I guess
on
I
top
can see that.
on the right hand side. But anyway, I just thought that was
There's a few.
interesting. I don't know.
he's not wrong. Now that I look at it.
Now you can't unsee it.
Unfortunately, no. It appears I can't.
Damn
Damn it. Well, he's got the little horns. Like
Yeah.
this.
Anyway,
But like you were saying, we have a lot of nostalgia stuff coming
Well,
forward.
you announced this because they only released a teaser image for it, but we got to look at this new Thundercats line.
Super 7 finally announced that they were supposed to have them show up at San Diego Comic-Con, but something with scheduling and stuff didn't come up. One of the big issues that's going on with certain Super 7 is people aren't as excited for them as you were expecting, because they're re-releasing some of the ones that we've already gotten before, but it's Super 7. They're $45. They're really well articulated. You've got a bunch of accessories that are coming with them.
These look good.
They look amazing.
Yeah,
I
they
can
do.
only grab one of them, but I will be grabbing one of them. So the first 4 that they have officially announced are going to be Lion-O, Mummy, I can't say them all, but Mummy,
Mumra.
Mumra. I knew I was going to try too hard. Panthro, and it was Jackalman.
Look at all these accessories that are coming with these.
I actually have a list. So with Lion-O, you're getting the Sword of Omens, the Claw Shield with the Sword of Omens inside of it, an alternate Claw Shield with Sword of Omens as well. One of them's the furry one of them's like the just plain gold.
Gotcha.
And then we have interchangeable hands, interchangeable head, and the Book of Omens. So they come with at least, I want to say it's 5 to 10 accessories.
Yeah.
It's a decent chunk, and they have some nice. They're well sculpted. They're doing great. It's one of those things where when I took a look at them, I'll definitely be ordering Lion-O. That's the one I'll be getting.
Mhm.
But they're going to run you about $45. And they're going to come. Yeah, they're each $45. They're going to be coming out in spring of 2020.
Damn.
They're alternating pre-orders with other stuff that's coming too. I didn't pull up pictures for these, but like they're doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Super 7 is, I think, their first waves. I know for a fact is like a Foot Soldier, Baxter Stockman, Raphael, and one other, but it's not a turtle.
I've always loved Thundercats. I even got all of the 2011 wave that came out.
I have a Thundercat right here.
Yeah, I got to show you the box that I got because I got the tank and all that stuff, but and the 2 bikes. But I love this.
I think it looks fantastic. The only figure from this franchise that I own is Moss Man, and I bought that. Yeah, I don't know.
That's Master of the Universe.
4 or 5. I'm sorry.
Master of the Universe.
Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. I get it mixed up.
Super 7 is still doing those kind of waves too. So they're doing Masters of the Universe.
Right.
They're doing Conan.
The
other wave that they announced. Oh goodness, what is it? It's not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because we already talked about that. Thundercats. There's one more. I don't remember exactly what it is.
Well, you got this picture of Battle Cat as well up here.
So that's a different line.
But is this Super 7? No, this is Mattel.
Yeah, that's Mattel.
Oh.
So that was the but Super 7's going to be alternating, I think,
Right.
a different pre-order every month. So you can pre-order certain ones
So the
if you
one in
want.
the chat, that's the one.
That is the one by Mattel. So
Mattel.
that
Okay.
that moves us on over to Mattel. Mattel is also going to be doing He-Man figures. They pumped out He-Man figures is what they're doing. So they lost the license for DC. I believe the last wave is already out. I actually think that's something I forgot to bring. I don't know if I did that last episode where I brought the.
You did not bring the last wave.
I'll bring it next time.
Okay.
But I did have their last wave was the Killer Croc wave. So what else does Mattel have that's going to interest me to go back to Mattel? I don't collect Barbies. I don't collect any of that kind of stuff. So what else did they have? So they went, oh, we're going to do He-Man.
These look good.
They really do.
He-Man looks good.
I love this Battle Cat.
So,
Me too.
Is that a movable jaw?
I think so.
Yes.
Really?
So He-Man figures they do really well with their paint sculpt. They're 6-inch. So they're going to run about 6-inch. They have a little bit more articulation. Think of like Funko style, like the little ones that they've been releasing. But you're going to get like bigger joints, better articulation, basically is what they're running for. So for the first time in the world, Mattel's overly sized joints are going to fit perfectly in with these He-Man figures. And they have the Battle Cat, and that armor is removable.
I like this.
You know, I don't have a pet at home, so I may have to get me a Battle Cat. I got to tell you,
there's a few that they're coming out with. They have a line that they've announced. I don't have the whole line readily available, but because the only one that really interests me right off the bat was He-Man. But
content for another show.
Yeah, so I'll do more research onto them. But Mattel is pumping out He-Man figures, and then they were like, oh, so since we have the He-Man license, we're also going to do what we always do with our wrestling figures, and we're gonna mix the two together. So now we also have He-Man wrestlers. And Jason's going to collect all of them.
No, sir. This is kind of like when who made those He-Man DC figures? Is that Mattel too?
I don't
that
remember.
Were just plaguing Target shelves. Like they look like old school He-Man figures.
You're talking that's Funko.
Those are Funko?
They made a horror line too.
Yeah, so Funko
does a lot. Style.
Funko does a lot with those. But Funko was the one that made those DC mixture of like DC, and they were called the Primal series.
Yeah,
I owned
Primal Age. Yeah.
I bought two of them. I owned King Shark and I owned the Flash because I like the Flash. And to be honest with you, I think Flash is in my car, locked away in a drawer, never to be seen again. But
why is it locked up in a car? In a drawer?
I just moved it. I had some people from work going in the car, and I just moved the toy out of the way.
Oh. So what's this? Go ahead. Sorry.
It's like Funko made some good ones, but that's the thing is they're Funko. They're clearly meant for kids. Like one of my buddies wants to find something for his kids. That's what he'll buy them.
What's with this picture of Skeletor and Evil Lyn that you've sent over?
It's Mattel's wrestler figures.
They're part of the wrestling line.
Yes, these are a part of the wrestling line.
I was wondering why Skeletor had elbow pads.
Yeah, that's why. So they're mixing wrestlers with He-Man figures as well. So you're still going to get the same body molds that you would get for the normal wrestler figures, but they're just going to be He-Man style.
Skeletor is going to lay out the smackdown on your candy ass.
That is the only one I will pick up.
Oh my god!
I'm going to pick up the Skeletor, and I'm going to bring it here. And we'll see whenever that gets released.
Oh, I can just hear JR like calling the match. And that damn Evil Lyn, she just low blowed He-Man. Good God Almighty, he's got a power sword.
I'll only be interested if his head is removable and I can use him on Amigo.
Oh my God,
you might be able to. I don't know. We'll find out when they get released. We'll bring them up here and we'll test it out.
All right. So what else we got this week? Kind of rumor mill. Speaking of Power Rangers Lightning Collection. We got a rumor mill for the next 3 waves. These are all unconfirmed.
All unconfirmed.
But
someone found a listing online possibly confirming them, but until we get official announcements, we don't know if they're confirmed or not.
So it looks like we're still doing 4 figure waves. The next one is supposed to be MMPR Red, Dino Charge Gold, Beast Morphers Blue, and Lord Draken. So we're getting another villain within this line, which is great. I love they're doing 3 heroes and a villain.
So, but that's the thing, though. They're doing 3 heroes and a villain for every single one of the waves. Wave 5 is rumored to have 2 villains instead of 3.
It's rumored.
It's rumored, but like you said, I'm looking forward to that next wave. I love getting the original team, but like I said, I'm fully invested in collecting them all now. So I'm really excited about getting the original team. I really liked Lord Draken. I really liked the idea behind him. The comic that I read was pretty good, so I'm excited about him. And, Dino Charge and Beast Morphers, while I don't have a direct love, I need to complete teams now. Like, that's what we need.
Well, let's move on to Wave 4.
Wave 4 will come out with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Yellow.
Tui Trang,
rest
in peace. I'll be glad to get a figure for her.
We're going Zeo Blue.
Which, that'll give you your Steve Cardenas head, friend of SCNS Live, by the way, to interchange with your Red Ranger.
So that way we can have different ones. I'm going to keep them as Zeo Blue. And then we're getting the SPD Red Ranger.
One of my favorite series.
Yeah, I'm excited. We need another SPD
They
figure.
recently had a convention where SPD Red met the Red Decker Ranger from Super Sentai, and they had a panel together, which I thought was awesome.
Then
I have to find that panel.
The fourth one is, I believe this is from Beast Morphers. It's Cybervillain Blaze. Is he from Beast Morphers?
Yes, he's a villain. So,
okay. Yeah. So that's going to be that's supposed to be the 4th wave. It's unconfirmed, but that's what we got. So I'm excited about those as well. Like, again, we're getting more classic figures. We already have Pink. We have 2 versions of Tommy.
Well, also the unconfirmed Wave 5.
Yeah.
We get MMPR Blue, the MMPR Ranger Slayer, which is supposed to be Kimberly in the comic books.
Yes. So that's supposed to go along with Lord Draken.
And Time Force Red and another villain.
Supposedly for Mighty Morphin.
So
I can't tell if it'll be Rito, if it'll be Rita.
Please be Rita.
It could be Rita.
I
feel
Rita.
like they're holding Rita back.
I would, but I want it to be Rita. I would hold it back, but definitely.
There's a lot of villains that came about when it came to Mighty Morphing, when it came to their particular wave set. So I am excited to get a Rita eventually. But like I said, I felt like she should have come with Green Ranger and we could have gotten a putty. But there's something else that we're clearly going to have to get. I don't know what it's going to be, but I mean, I'll take villains. It's going to be great. I mean, I have plenty of Rangers, but I definitely need more Rangers.
All right, Bryce, you got. I just noticed that you've got Robbie sitting in front of you, but you also brought me some other stuff this week. What's with this, man?
We have some other things.
Is that the same thing? It's like a magic 8-ball. You don't know what it's going to say.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I love about it.
Next thing, it's going to tell me that, not to go out.
Give you an oddly specific one, like Jason, stop drinking so much. Wait, what?
Action figures will never fill the hole you
please
feel.
follow up with the relation of this to this picture that you sent me.
Fold your laundry.
No, Jinx.
I never fold my socks or my underwear. It's a waste of time. Don't do it.
No.
Please.
Jason, can you confirm this story?
No, I can't confirm it.
Okay, so as Amigo ambassador, I should let everyone know that it is a year 1 anniversary at this point in time for Migo 2.0. They are they have announced a celebration contest. So for anyone who wants to try and win some signed Migo products by the creator of Marty Abrams and, some Kiss figures or some Monster figures or Star Trek figures, there are 3 ways to enter the contest. You can create a video advertisement for current or upcoming Migo figures. You can create a photo ad or comic strip for current or upcoming Migo figures, or create and share a campaign to recruit new Migo ambassadors. So there are gift certificates available to win, different figures, even a complete set of Wave 7 8-inch figures. Ooh. So there's going to be multiple prizes being given, it looks like. So it looks like you have until September 13th to complete your entry into this contest. So I would recommend you do that if you're into retro cloth.
So basically what you're telling me, we only got a couple of days to get this done.
We need to get going.
We need to get moving.
Let's get started.
We got to do
right.
This. It's like, do we have video equipment? We do.
We do.
We can win. We can beat these other fools.
I told you. That's what we were going to do.
In fact, I'm just going to go out and say this is completely fraudulent. There's no contest. Y'all shouldn't enter it. Bryce, why are you bringing this fake news in here? Anir, I need you to write a script.
Already working on it.
Thank you, child.
In other news, sports fans, NECA.
Attention all sports fans.
Yes.
Call back.
Attention horror fans as well. NECA has released the new Nightmare Freddy imagery for their new figure that they're going to be releasing, I believe, in September. And it's quite impressive. They've got a couple of different heads, a couple of different portraits there. And I must say, looks pretty impressive. I like his boots.
The boots seem out of place.
Well, I'm okay.
I always know Freddy just to wear pants, and you can see his boots, but is there any chance those pants go over those boots?
I think they do, but they're not going to cover the whole boot. Not from what I can see here.
The boots are a little off-putting. The head sculpt's on.
I'm okay with the boots. It doesn't bother me. It looks like with the trench coat that you get, it's going to cover the boots anyway. If you want to go with that look,
I like the soft goods on this thing.
Yeah, so that looks good. So horror fans, it looks like you got something good coming for your Halloween display with that NECA product that you got there.
Good.
And I want to plug what's going to happen, I guess, on our next show. I want to talk about customs. I have always been a fan of custom figures, and I have bought a few over the years, and I've kit bashed a few myself. So what do you guys think about doing a custom show next time?
I'm all for it. I have a few customs at home that I've personally done. I'm not the greatest at customs. You've seen 2 of mine on the show where I made Nathan Might and then I made Endeavor. But I mean, like I'm not perfect in customs, but yeah,
I think we're gonna have to reach out to a couple of customizers that we know and say, hey, can we use your images because we think you're awesome.
Yes.
I do have a question about that. The Mego Freddy you just showed, the hat. Does Mego do soft goods hats, or are they plastic ones? Because that's the same head sculpt on there, so the hat's just like an add-on part there.
Well, that's a NECA product.
Sorry, NECA.
It's not
product.
Mego, but
sorry,
Mego has their own Freddy Krueger figure, by the way, and it is a plastic. It is not felt. Okay. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what material it's made out of because it looks like a separate piece that goes on the head. Okay.
Yeah, I believe it is. I believe it is going to be a separate piece. I do own the NECA figure, a prior release of Freddy, and it is not felt. It's not.
It's just like a plastic.
It's not cotton.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's plastic.
I was curious.
Yes, plastic. Yeah. But yeah. So hopefully we'll have some good discussion with the customs next week, and if you have any custom figures that you're proud of, maybe you'd like to send us some images of what you've done.
We've got 2 weeks in between shows as we normally do, and we're in that one part where in the toy season where everyone starts to hit a little bit of a lull, where we don't have stuff really coming out until like late September, possibly October.
I can catch up on my Masterpiece Transformers during that lull.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got stuff on its way. It's just, I mean, I think a custom show would be great.
Lots of pictures on that show.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of custom parts, like from my Spider Noir over there. That little hat is just a 3D printed hat. That's actually not present on that figure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I had to do the Spider-Verse thing. So
cool.
Also guns, but those are molded things. But we'll get into it. Bryce, please tell me what's up with this robot, though. I need to know about this.
Yeah. So the robot I purchased from I think it was from Amazon. It may have been something else about 8 or 9 years ago, but it was made by Diamond Select, and you're looking at a B9 retro electronic.
Yeah, we can hear without the
microphone. Yeah, I think it's an awesome toy. So
it's the same figure. It's the same figure, just a different color.
Are you talking about the one that I sent you a picture? Yes,
red and blue.
Yeah, it's a new one, harking back to the 50s and 60s retro Lost in Space B9 robot that they've made in the past. So it's a direct tribute to what other toy companies have done. Yes, this is actually going to be, to my knowledge, the 3rd release of this particular body and figure and electronic configuration. There was a different one, a different more or less golden,
which we'll probably see a release in a couple of years.
Perhaps, yeah. But I like these. I don't know. It speaks to me just because I loved Lost in Space as a kid. So it's not a must-have, but it looks cool. I think it would look cool to have them in the collection. It's up for pre-order, and it's 10 inches tall. It will come in a full window box, and it is coming in September.
It's considering that we've seen like the example on the table, that actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and it looks pretty cool with, by the way, if you've ever collected any of the Trendmaster Lost in Space figures, they didn't do the full cast, but they did 4 members of the cast. So if you want to pair that with some of the older vintage figures, they will look good because they are in scale with this figure.
Now we just need the new series.
Yes.
Oh,
Hopefully,
I need to get back into that.
Hopefully, Mego will get that license one day soon.
All right. Well, we ran along a little bit on this show, but I think we covered everything that we were trying to cover this week. So,
man, toy news, we may get into a point where we don't have a whole lot of toys that we can bring into, but man, there's never a shortage on toy news.
No, not with us. So we do want to do shout outs because that's definitely something we don't want to forget. These are popular accounts out there on social media that we'd like to follow, or people that take cool photography that we like. I want to start off with ENM Toys on Instagram. He takes a lot of pictures of Power Ranger figures. Also, he puts sets up. Really great photographer. He actually follows me. That's cool. But yeah, the guy does excellent pictures. Definitely give him a shout out and a follow. ENM Toys _ toys. Of course, that'll be in the picture there. Go check out some of this stuff.
This week, I'm going to give a shout out to Mega Gagatsuo. I can't pronounce it. It's MECHAGAIKOTSU. I follow him on YouTube. He's got an Instagram. While he doesn't do a whole lot of toy shots, he does do toy shots, but he's more of a reviewer on YouTube. Check him out. He used to live in Japan for a while. He recently moved because of it might have been a while back, but he moved away from Japan. But he likes to do a lot of the Gundam model kits. So if you're ever curious about those type of model kits and you never know what kind of review, or if you don't know if you're going to like it, he likes to build them. He likes to review them. So if you have any interest on those, I'd give him a shout out, give him a look. Like I said, his name is Mega Gagatsu. He's a great reviewer. I've been following him for years. Definitely check him out.
I want to suggest you check out the Mego guy. He collects vintage toys, action figures, play sets from Mego, and he has wonderful images of
Is that Instagram?
Mego. It is Instagram. Yeah. He has a terrific collection in his display cases that I've seen a couple of videos of. He's even got some Little Letty Mexico versions of Mego products. He's got an expansive collection of Megos that I am, I would say, envious of.
Good presentation.
Yeah, the guy has phenomenal, phenomenal stuff in his home. So I'm hoping he opens the doors one day, and I get to hang out in the museum one day. It would be amazing.
I will say this about our
follow from me. I like his stuff.
I will say this about any of our shout outs. If you go to our Instagram, which is at the Alternate Head Podcast, you can we do a shout out page every single time we do a new episode. So especially people like make a Gaigatsu, where I can't even pronounce the name all the time. Instead of having to worry about looking them up on your own, even though we have pictures and stuff like here on the actual on the videos themselves, feel free to check that out, and you can actually get links to their Instagrams and stuff like that, so you can go and follow them. So it's a little easier to follow them as well. Got big-eyed over there. What are you looking at?
They made Mego Super Sentai and Kamen Rider figures.
Did you not know that? Yes. Oh, now you're ready.
Me. Jason, don't show me. I'm
not
ready.
Now you're going to venture outside.
Follow the Mego guy. I just like, oh my God. Anyway, okay. We got a show to end. Guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of Alternate Heads. Oh my God. My life has been changed all of a sudden.
You're welcome.
No, this is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. Anyway, guys, thank you all for joining us out there for another episode of Alternate Heads, the Toy Podcast, the only one music. Of course, if you want to follow us, you can follow us at the Alternate Heads Podcast on Instagram. If you want to follow us individually, you can follow me at JasonX on Twitter and Instagram.
Follow me at the Near Plasma or on Instagram and Twitter. And our brand new show that we have on here called Anime TV. Check that out.
Good show. Please follow me at Bryce Culver on Facebook and Instagram. And I have a toy page on Instagram called Trapdoor Toys. He just wanted to throw that in.
I'm glad he figured that out.
I'm glad he could take the time to do that.
All right, guys, that is it. Make sure you tune in, like this video, subscribe. But until next time, always stop and smell the plastic.